Welcome to day 3, guys. So today we're going to learn about protecting our families and make sure your family doesn't need to be protected from you, because the enemy is throwing enough stuff at us. Let's not have ourselves be the ones that our family needs to be protected from. So here's day 3. Let's get into it.
Welcome to day 3. This one's titled Shield of Faith. When we are selfish and not denying ourselves, as Scripture says, then we often hurt others. Living a life in a self-centered way develops a longing for self-preservation and leaves family and friends to be thrown under the bus. First, we have to determine, who are we living for? If it is God and His purposes, then our family must come right after Him. In 2 Corinthians 5:15, it says, "And He died for all, so that they who live might no longer live for themselves, but for Him who died and rose again on their behalf." We believe our lives have purpose, and there is a fierce calling on them. Therefore, part of that calling is being a servant to those around us. We have an obligation to lead our families in servant leadership. We tend to focus on ourselves and our own needs, meanwhile neglecting to serve those around us. So how do we protect our family? First, by putting aside pride and embrace humility. We need to determine the areas in our life that must be eradicated and choose to seek a warrior's stance on behalf of those we have been entrusted with. I believe it's as easy as serving them. And by that I mean we must actively defend and fight for our family. Your job isn't to be the bully, bad guy, jerk, or drill sergeant in your own home. Instead, our heart should be to shepherd those in our flock and raise up warriors for the kingdom of the Most High. Be diligent about gentleness to your flock and wield the shield of faith against the enemy. Satan hates creation made in the image and likeness of God. He will rob, lie, steal, and manipulate his way into your home. As men, we are the perimeter around our flock. We are the first line of defense for those in our midst. The fight is real and the enemy is determined. Do not allow a foothold for this adversary. Be certain that the enemy is not you. Day 3 task. Consider the enemy and the tactics he is using within your home. Are you contributing in the attack with the adversary? Or is your posture in defense against him? Remember, your adversary prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking who he can destroy. Do a biblical search and read through all the tactics of the enemy and how he has sought to destroy God's creation. Also read Ephesians 6:10-23 about how to be equipped with the armor of God. When I was going through this major identity shifting, I would read, and actually I had memorized Ephesians 6:10-23, and every morning I'd pray through the armor of God, and I would suit up. So I'd just pray through each of the armaments as I was putting them on in my mind, and it just really got me focused and ready for the day. And go through and seek out all the tactics of the enemy. And you'll see he uses a lot of the same ones over and over and over again in Scripture. Complaining, grumbling, deceit, manipulation, and so on and so on. And as you notice these things, you'll start to hear in your own mind some of these words that aren't of God and they're of the enemy. So suit up, my fellas, and take heart. So that's the end of day 3.